Better boss up, nigga.
What's going on, everybody? It is Coach Greg Adams back in here with another YouTube live stream. Shout out to the Coach Gang.
And that's you.
For being in here, being involved, and being active on this YouTube channel. And welcome back to Monday Night Roski, the longest running episodic program and live stream here on YouTube. You in here with the Bruce Wayne and this ish, the King of Kings, the King of Content, and the Speaker of Truth, yours truly, the Notorious One, a.k.a. Mr. Coachellini, better known as the Prognosticator, Coach Stradamus, and you're in the Desert Storm bunker with none other than EWF. That is every woman's fantasy, but you can call me CGA, C God Allah, and I'll be the 14-time demonetized champion of YouTube. You see the mind, you see the thumbnail here. Former NBA basketball player Raymond Felton details how his ex-wife tried to extort him for money in a divorce in which she signed a prenup. We're going to tell you what type of mousy game she went through to try to get money from the ninja, and that includes false allegations.
Got money.
Yes. That includes false allegations. All right, we got a false alligator here. All right, a false alligator. Get that damn alligator off my damn screen. All right, but anyway, to contribute to today's show, $, the Notorious CGA on the Cash App, Venmo, Coach Greg Adams TV, PayPal.me/Coach Greg Adams, and that is near the top of the description box on the Free Agent Lifestyle channel. You can super chat by clicking the link on the top of the live chat on the Free Agent Lifestyle channel. All right, we got that coming up. That's the main event story. But let's see if we can contribute to or check out the earlier contributors to today's show. We ended off with G talking about his dad got henpecked. It sounds like he's not, or the mom is rest in peace. The mom was out here getting her cheeks clapped. And damn, mom was out here in these streets.
I'm going to the streets. End of story.
We got that going on. Shout out to you, G. Our brother Ice Queen says, you gotta love how the judge and his cohorts joked about the black-white dynamic in the justice system and then dapped each other up. For real. For real. You gotta love it. You gotta go, well, I guess it was right. Right? I think about the justice system and I go, shit, it's bad. All right. That's why we tell you, man, do not get yourself involved in these courts. Because, you know, we can complain about the justice system, but the justice system ain't for you, man. It ain't for you. So do not get involved in these courts or they will have your ass live serving life. The prison industrial complex, they need you, ninjas. How many black men are in the prison industrial, like on probation? You see here, I think it was a lot. How many black men are on probation in jail or prison. Let me see if we can pull that up. I actually tried to quote this live and I was wrong. They were like, it ain't that high, CGA. 32% of people sentenced to federal and state are black. Black make up 40% of incarcerated population. 1 in 5 blacks born in 2001 is likely to be in prison at some point in their life. 1 in 5 black men born in 2001. Okay, there was another stat I was looking for. Percentage of people on probation or parole who are black, 30%. That's not the stat I'm looking for, but it's all bad. Hey, Ninja. It's bad. It's bad news. Yeah, it's bad news. So don't get involved. Nearly 1 in 3 African-American males, 20 to 29, is under some form of, there we go. There's the stat. There's the stat I was looking for. 1 in 3 African-American males aged 20 to 29 under some form of criminal justice supervision, whether in prison, probation, or parole. Oh, wait. Woo. That shit is real. 1 in 3, brothers. Ring the bell. Yeah, the United States will throw your ass into jail, bruh. They need some ninjas on the chain gang. 1 in 3. I think that's probably what I was trying to read one time. All right, and I said the number, and I don't know, man. But I'm using this as a source, so if you guys want to back it up, it says, why are Americans jail full of black prisoners? And I got the data right here. All right. Right there. Nearly 1 in every 3 African-American males aged 20 to 29 is under some form of criminal justice supervision, whether in prison, parole, or probation. For black men in their 30s, 1 in 10 is in prison or jail on any given day. All right, be careful out there. You got them judges, man. Like the judge earlier, they don't give a fuck either. They will throw your ass in there and not bat an eye. All right, be careful out here, man. Do not get involved in that prison system because, you know, it's pretty hard to get out of there. All right, who else is in the building? Let me check to see what's on the Cash App. Support today's show. Jeff, the producer, is in the building. Shout out to Jeff, the producer. Thank you, sir, for being here again. And he moves in silence and violence. He doesn't write a long paragraph. He just comes in, sends that support, and he dips out. Love it. No government name. BH says, what were the demographic of passport bros in Costa Rica? Any ninjas? Not that many. Not that many. Of course, I stayed in a certain area, so I couldn't see all of Costa Rica. But it wasn't a lot. All right. It wasn't a lot. It wasn't like every third person. It wasn't a lot. All right. No, like I said, on the plane, there wasn't many black men going to Costa Rica. So I might have been the only black person connecting my flight from Houston to Costa Rica. However, I'll say this. When I went to the Dominican Republic, the whole plane was black. So that's the difference. It was Soul Plane going to the Dominican Republic. So it's not a big destination. So we don't want the Pookies to go over there. Yeah, the Pookies, please don't go over there. It's not a party scene. Although they do have parties and clubs and nightclubs, it ain't that. So it's not like the Dominican Republic at all. So don't go over there and fuck it up. And it's not like Brazil. He says, we only fly down there for dental. I hear the dental is fantastic. Macaroni Tony told him he had inappropriate behavior living in a twin bed as a grown man. We got to get these guys. Got to get these guys to level up. Man, what twin mattress bed ass ninja? Just cause he wants to be in a twin bed. Just cause he wants to be in a twin bed ass ninja. All right, let's see here. News. He says, yo, coach, new BS detection on TV shows. I just saw an advertisement. This is H Every Day, showing a girl with Tourette's with her boyfriend and family. He says, what are they trying to push now? Yeah, I think it has most to do with this kind of pushing handicap for us to normalize handicap. Of course, they took a girl who, dare I say, is attractive for a Tourette's girl. She wouldn't be attractive for a regular girl. She kind of like a mid-average plain Jane who has a cute personality, right? So now they got the Tourette's thing, and now we're trying to just normalize oddities, right? Inclusion. And then also now you're going to see more women say they have Tourette's now, just like autism, just like now because they're going to blurt out shit. They're going to be like, it's my Tourette's. Now girls are going to claim they got Tourette's just because they can't control their mouth, because they foul about the mouth. You need to be not so foul about the mouth, but well, it's my Tourette's. You know they're going to do it. J. Cool says, when I stopped caring if I was wrong, I think I arrived at the most mature place I've ever been in my life. In fact, I find people more agreeable since then. Listen, some of the best people in our world have been straight shooters. Women love straight shooters, man. You believe it or not. I know people don't think so. You got to lie and manipulate. This is why I don't understand why people lie, like to get women. Just be straight up. Alan Roger Curry said it, and I didn't believe him for a better part of his career when he was alive. But be straight shooter, man. Just tell them what you want. If they don't go for it, just move the fuck on. You ain't got no time for that. But for the most part, yeah, be a straight shooter. And it says right here, don't care. When you stop caring, you really don't give a fuck. Like, you can deal with me or not. I'm not lonely. I don't need friends, right? It's not like I just need friends, so I got to tiptoe around it. You either like what I say or don't. I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? You got to arrive at that place. And it's not that you're being an asshole. You just is like, look, this is what it is. Straight shooter. Tell it like it is. As Jesse the Body Ventura said, I tell it like it is, brother. Tell it like it is. It's people who bullshit that really piss people off. So yeah. And you will find that people do appreciate straight shooters. Like, a lot of people follow me and they're like, damn, you be telling like it is. They don't think I'm tripping out. So that's what the deal is. All right, what are we gonna do here? Oh, we got some Greg coming up here. We cut the segments down on the evening show. I can only do 2 or 3 segments in the evening show. But Greg, that's what we're gonna do. First one is YouTube. All right, think about this. Think about what you go through in life. Like, you know, you're trying to do shit, as Cat Williams said. You doing shit, trying to make shit work. Remember that skit Cat Williams had? You try to do shit and you making it work. Well, this is a video, rare footage found of the YouTube founder, all right, Ricky Tan. I don't know, his name is not Ricky Tan. He was depressed. The platform wasn't catching on in 2005. YouTube almost failed before they pivoted to become the video sharing site that we know today. YouTube, I didn't know this, actually launched as a dating site, and it flopped. I actually remember when I discovered YouTube. It was like discovering gold. I knew this was going to be a part of my life. All right. And the way I discovered it was TV show themes. They had loaded up all these TV show themes. I think it was 2006 because I know where I was living. It was right 05, 06 when I discovered it. And they were doing TV show themes, like theme songs to TV shows. I can look them up. And you got to understand, as a young person, you might not understand this. Unless you had a DVD of the TV show, you couldn't find it. Like, there was, you know, all of our memories were gone for many years up until YouTube. Like, we couldn't just listen to a TV show theme and shit. Like, yeah, like play it when we want it. So YouTube, you got to remember all of your shit, music, old music. You know, you can pull up the Rapping Duke shit. All right, I ain't heard that song since like 1985. All right, but in YouTube, I can pull like, we can pull up old shit that we thought we would never hear again. So I was mesmerized. I was telling everybody, they got this thing called YouTube. And people used to think I was tripping. All right, they was like, what the fuck, man? Is that big of a deal? Little did they know, nigga, I would be a YouTube motherfucking star. All right, so for us, it was groundbreaking to see this shit on, like, stuff that we never thought we would see and hear again. And now YouTube came up out. But here's the story. I know, I'm just telling you the story. It says right here, despair. It says, well, sorry, reading it wrong. Desperate for traction, founders Steve, Kim, Chad Hurley, and Jaweed Kareem pivoted to general video sharing, but even then, nobody cared. Sitting around with just 40 videos and no momentum, they were stuck. The hardest part of any platform, getting the flying wheel to spin. So they got scrappy. They seeded content, embedded videos on MySpace, which was then the viral hub of the internet, and kept it pushing until one video took off. From struggling startup to Google's $1.65 billion, which is cheap money to them. YouTube's success seemed obvious now, but it wasn't in the beginning. Even the founders weren't sure it would work. Building something new is slow and painful until it isn't. So check this out right here. You're going to see the YouTube founder, the platform that you spend the most time on. One of the founders saying, yo, we got to get this shit to work. It ain't taking off. And imagine where YouTube is right now. Here we go.
Pretty depressed, like, towards the end of last week. And I was like, dude, we have, like, maybe 40, 50, 60 videos on the site, but I'm not, it's like, I'm thinking, okay, so if I'm actually a user of the site, I'd be gone in like 4 videos, because there's just not that many videos that I want to watch. Like videos like this, like I never watch this up. It's gonna be like too
I'm not gonna put this up.
This is lame.
My man said this is lame, and yes, they got shares too. All right, so wow.
Well, I was getting pretty depressed, like towards the end of last.
So think about your life right now. All right, coach, man, everybody can't make it. Think about their life. Think about their life. They're like, fuck, in 2005. But when did they sell YouTube to Google? Had to be like 2012. I have no idea. But think about their life right now. They're billionaires. All right, they're billionaires. Certainly they're multi-millionaires. And they're sitting around thinking right now, damn, this shit ain't gonna work. YouTube, the very platform you watch me on, the very platform that pretty much dominates our life. All right, and it is the second largest search engine in the world behind Google. Right now, they're going, damn. Right? It just takes one. Hey, man, it takes a belief and takes some stick-wittedness. You know, when you're on the road of success, it's easy to look at someone successful and say, hey, look at him. He's successful. It's easy. But that same person, it never was easy for them. It was a lot of doubt. It was a lot of thinking, plotting, planning, a lot of bad days, some good days. The good days are so few that the bad days always dominates our head. But you always see the highlights. He said YouTube is Google, coach. YouTube is the #2 search engine in the world. It is separate from Google, but it is owned by Google. They separate those two. Do you want me to prove it? Google is a search engine. YouTube is a search engine. All right. So let me get back because I'll be cooking and then y'all be trying to correct me. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I was clear in my statement. Look it up. YouTube is the second largest behind Google. All right. Good Lord. But nobody sees the hard roads, the doubt. Nobody sees this part of your journey. Even myself, coach, you got it made. You got a Porsche, you got a large audience, and blah, 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 blah. Here's the thing, man. A lot of days, right here, a lot of days, this is me. Going, fuck, man, damn. I didn't post enough today. I didn't edit those videos. I didn't say this. I didn't do that. Like, this is what a lot of successful people do. They sit around, they try to mill around, like try to figure some shit out, right? Trying to work shit. And y'all don't want to do that part. See, you think a person's successful and you just living out like skipping around, fa la 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 la, I'm successful. Nope. Not only are you not doing that, you're trying to become extra successful. You're trying to beat that success, or you're trying to hold on to that success. So you're successful, but you're trying to hold it on. But everybody's, oh, you got it easy, man. You don't have to think about nothing. You don't have to do that. No, that's not the case. A person like me, yeah, I have a lot of success. However, I'm still like, all right, this shit might come to an end tomorrow. What do I do then? Okay, how do I prevent it from coming to the end? So yeah, man, even people that are successful are just sitting around like, shit, all right, is this working? What do I need to do? Do I need to pivot? Do I need to change? Do I need to grind harder? Do I need to grind less? Can I take a vacation? Okay. So this is what people don't see. And what we talked about on Money Mindset, we talked about this yesterday, is people want to know the secrets to success, and it's laughable. How did you become successful? It's laughable. That question's laughable. You know what it was? It was discipline. Okay, people want to hear like, I did this one thing, or I invested in this one stock, or I lost here, I won here, I didn't do. We bump our heads on our way up. We bump our heads on our way up. But a lot of nights is like this. A lot of nights is like this. And then people say, how did you become successful? I didn't quit. I did it every day, no matter what. No matter what. If I felt like this, I did it. Now, the secret is, most people give up when they feel like this. Most people sleep in when they feel like this. Most people get depressed and quit when they think like this. And that's how you become successful. As I said one time, I know for a fact, not many people on earth can do what I do. And I will stand on that until I see someone successfully. Many people successfully do what I do. Even though there are bigger and better names, there are people that have done great things. I know they can't do what I do. You know why? You might be able to do it once. You might be able to do it twice. But can you do it 400 times a year? Can you do this 400 times a year? Now, can you do it 400 times a year for the last 5 years? That you can't do. Not many people can do that. And not only that, can you do it this good for 400 times a year for 5 years straight? Going on 6. That can't be done. Even if you said, well, I could do it, but I don't need to. Then you still couldn't do it. You still can't do it. So do you have the discipline, the consistency, the drive, the effort? Do you have it? Even when you're feeling like this at 5 in the morning. So that is a good egg segment. I love that because it does show you that we know how the story ended. It worked out for him. It worked out for him. But right there in 2005, he had much doubt. And he didn't think it was going anywhere. You got to understand that 100%. So success is never easy. Here's another one right here. This is a content creator. I actually did a video of this guy right here. And I used his audio here. So I'll go ahead and show you on the Instagram grind, which I do want to grind back on Instagram a little bit more and on TikTok. It's always one of my goals every day. And every day I disappoint myself. All right. So every day I disappoint myself like, fuck, I still didn't do what I wanted to do. All right. But anyway, here's the video that I produced using that guy's voiceover.
People are probably going to think you're cringe. People are probably going to think you're a wannabe until it works. And then they can't tell you shit. A couple of months ago, I was at a dinner with some buddies. And at one point in the night, one of the waiters stopped by my seat and said, hey, man, I don't want to bother you. I just want you to know I'm a big fan. I really appreciate what you do. It was very complimentary, and we had some dialogue for a few minutes. I thanked him for watching.
All right, so that's my video. So we're going to watch his video right here. This is a guy who, I guess, started his social media journey. And he's talking about what I talked about. If you guys wanted to start your social media journey, is that when you start it, do not include your friends and family. Do not think they're going to be your loyal supporter. They're going to watch your shit and hope you stop. They're going to watch it and hope you fail. They're going to watch it and they're not going to engage. Okay? You're going to find that strangers will give you more. They will celebrate you more before your friends and family. So he's going to talk about his experience now that he put in some work. And he's talking about, hey, they thought I was cringy at first until when? Let's go ahead and pop this up here just so you can hear what he's saying here.
People are probably going to think you're cringe. People are probably going to think you're a wannabe until it works. And then they can't tell you shit. A couple of months ago, I was at a dinner with some buddies. And at one point in the night, one of the waiters stopped by my seat and said, hey, man, I don't want to bother you. I just want you to know I'm a big fan. I really appreciate what you do. It was very complimentary, and we had some dialogue for a few minutes. I thanked him for watching and for tuning in, and then I sat down. And immediately one of my friends said, that was crazy. My friends had never seen me get recognized. That was like the first time it had really happened and solidified to them that it was real, that people did watch my stuff. And he said to me something I'll never really forget. He said, I'll be honest, when you started, a few of us were like, what the fuck is Smoke doing? Is he trying to be some wannabe influencer? That's what he said to me. Smoke is my last name. And I remember that, and not getting mad, but realizing in that moment a couple of things. Number one, you never know who's going to be talking shit about you, just like you never know who's going to be silently rooting for you. That goes both ways. But I was surprised to hear that some people in my circle, people that I knew well, were talking amongst themselves negatively about me and what I was trying to build. Two lessons in there. The first one is that you never know who's talking shit. The second one is that people are going to think you're cringe. People are going to think you're a wannabe until it works. And you are not wrong to acknowledge that that is a reality, that people will talk shit. You are wrong to accept it and let it dictate your actions or decisions that you make in regards to pursuing a dream, which for me was helping people get physically fit. People are going to talk shit, but at the end of the day, you will never be talked down upon by anybody doing better than you. So just go for it anyway. People will talk, people will root for you. The only thing that matters is that you stick true to your vision, you are consistent, and when it works, they can't tell you shit.
Let's fucking go. Facts. Facts, 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 facts. And a lot of y'all start because your Aunt Sally is going to catch your videos. Why are you posting this? Or some bitch you meet is going to look up your social media. Oh my God, you're a misogynist. Or your friend from high school that you haven't seen in 10 years, all right, is going to be like, why are you posting this? Bruh, hell no, bruh. People are going to think you cringe. This guy's name is Higher Up Wellness. This is a fact. I use this video as a voiceover for myself, as you can see.
For tuning in, and then I sat down. And immediately one of my friends said, that was crazy. He had
all right, and here's the deal, man. Dude, it took my mom. Oh, you didn't see the video. It took my mom. I remember my mother, you know, she knew what I was doing. But one time some dude, I took her to Cheesecake Factory for Mother's Day. All right. And a guy was like, hey, CGA. And that was one of the first times she ever seen me get recognized. She was like, he recognized you from YouTube? I was like, yeah. So it takes those moments for people to go, oh, shit, this is serious. All right. This is a real thing. And it is tough. Your family and your friends are going to be the least, most of them are not going to root you on unless it's doing something normie or goofy, like you're trying to be a comedian. Even then, I used to post stuff like this on my Facebook and where my family and friends were. This shit didn't take off. All right, it didn't take off. 10 views. But then I post a picture of me and my kids, 180 likes on Facebook. I post this shit, like me saying something controversial on Facebook, 10 likes. 10. So don't worry about it. If you have a belief in what you're doing, don't expect your friends and families to support it. They're going to think you're weird. Even though the funny thing is, they watch social media all day. They watch social media all day. They watch YouTube all day. And then when you do it, they're going to think you're a weirdo. Oh, you trying to be a YouTuber. Wait, you watch YouTube all day. You watch people talk all day on YouTube. You watch people vlog all day on YouTube. Then the minute someone in their family does it, they be like, huh, who are you trying to be? Oh, I see you're trying to be a social media guy. Oh, that's weird. They will treat you very funny. In fact, when I worked at a gym, and because of my social media following, people follow me at the gym. Them niggas talk so much shit. The trainers and the owner, they used to talk shit about my social media. All right. They was like, this nigga trying to be. And then I saw them a couple years later after I blew up on YouTube, and it was like, oh, I see you on YouTube. I see you blowing up. Yeah, bitch ass nigga. All right. You thought I was a wannabe. You thought I was cringy. Until I figured out the formula. Now they like watching like, oh, this nigga getting paid. He getting money. It is what it is. Biggest piece of advice. This is a free blue chip. If you want to start yourself, if you want to start on social media, please do it without your friends and family. That's my biggest piece of advice. All right. Today is do not start on their platform unless it's something that you think is goofy. Okay. But do not start with your friends and family. Start with a different isolated platform, a different profile, and start over there. Do not start with your friends and family because they gonna fucking blow your, because what they'll do is, as you're putting your shit up there, they'll be in the comment section fucking your shit up. Oh, who are you used to be? Oh, who you think you are? Oh, I see you out here trying to do it. They're gonna and they think they're funny doing it, but they're actually trying to ruin your credibility. It's kind of like jealousy. So they'll try to say some sideways slick shit in your comment section. Oh, nigga, I remember you used to pee in the bed in the 3rd grade, right? And now you up here talking tough. So do not start with your friends and family. You start a business, fuck your friends and family, unless you're a Mormon. Okay, unless you're a Mormon, fuck your friends and family. Start out there. Then, don't announce it. Just do the work. Do it separately from your friends and family and let them catch on. Most of my friends and family, they didn't even know I was doing things till about 50,000 subscribers. Then a few of them started to find me. All right, this you, nigga? Oh, wow. They started to find me as I went up, but I didn't tell them I was doing it. Yeah, people hate success. That's good egg, good egg. All right, shout out to you. Do I have another one? I don't. All right, so anyway, good segment right there. Let me go to and give you another segment. Apparently, Dr. Umar has this to say. I had another clip from Dr. Umar that I wanted to share. Oh, here it is right there. Okay, so Dr. Umar back on the show here. Dr. Umar is a character himself. And this is what he had to say about a troll in his comment section. Let me see right here. So let's pull it up. Dr. Umar here. What segment is this? I don't know what segment it is. We'll call it Straggle and Sniggle Theater. Fuck it. Straggle Sniggle Theater. Dr. Umar says guy has been waiting since he was 12 for Dr. Umar's school to open. As you guys know, the controversial Pan-African prince has been saying he's going to receive donations and open up a school called is it the Marcus Garvey? Is it Marcus Garvey? I can't remember. He was going to Frederick Douglass. I can't remember who he was naming the school after. And unfortunately, he has been very slow to open the school. It's been about 10 years. So people are talking shit about him about opening the school. All right. And let's see what the guy has to say in the comments. And let's see how Dr. Umar had to respond to this.
School ain't open yet. You was 12 years old. No problem. Little ninja. I see you, little crusty ninja. I see you, little crusty ninja. He said the school still ain't open. He was 12 years old. I see you, little crusty ninja. Why don't you shave that crust stash off the top of your lip too, little ninja?
Oh, no.
Shave that crust stash off the top of your lip, little ninja. Little crusty ass ninja.
Oh.
Talking about he was 12. The school ain't open yet. You was 12 years old.
Oh, man. Oh, man. Hey, Dr. Umar, I know how the trolls are, man. Hey, Ninja, huh? Are you Ninja watching me, Ninja? All right, are you Ninja watching me, you Ninja? He called him a Ninja. Oh, and why you say his crust dash? Because I've said that too, but hey, that's a common thing too. All right, Dr. Umar, I think you be watching me, bro. All right, I'll give you that. All right. He said the school. He said I wanted to go to school when you was going to open it, but now I'm in college. Now I can't go to your Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy. But sorry, shout out to Dr. Umar in your pursuits here. Let's wish him well. Let's wish him well. But he had this to say also about his school here. And he said he had to hire white people. And when you see white people, YT workers, that means white. I'm surprised he didn't hire Mexicans, but that's neither here nor there. He said he tried to be pro-black and get black people to help build his school. So I guess he's throwing black people under the bus as to why his school hasn't opened since he started building in 2014. This is the oldest school that have never existed. All right. And one of the reasons why is his black contractors were trying to finesse him.
And you know the saddest part, bro? After waiting 4 years on black people, I decided to start hiring whites. And guess what? They did in 1 year what the black people couldn't do in 5. White people overcharged us too, but they finished the work. But let me give you this though. And I can say this now because I'm over it. FDMG to almost every black contractor we ran into was nothing but a hustle and a way to get a quick bag. When I look back, they simply used us to get money. They didn't care about me. They didn't care about their school. They didn't care about our kids. We were just a quick hustle. Before we got to school, people was all over the internet saying, As soon as he get to school, we're gonna do the work for free. Y'all probably heard that. Once he get to school, I'm gonna do the plumbing for free. Once he get to school, nobody did anything for free. That was all cap. And you know the saddest part, bro?
All right, Dr. Umar found out something that I've been knowing for a long time. I think he's kind of using this as an excuse as to why his school hasn't opened up. So I'll give him that. So I'll give him a sniggle for that. So it sounds like he's throwing the black people under the bus, saying, hey, I thought we was going to be together in this, brother. All right, but I also, if you've always had something done, you know, hiring a Mexican, then a white person going to get it done. It's going to be more expensive. All right, but it's going to get done faster. All right, so even... All right, you say Dr. Umar stole the money. I know this might be a little bit of, you know, let's blame the nigga. All right, what Paul Mooney 1-900 blame a nigga. All right, so it sounds like he's blaming black people for his school not going up, and he had to get white people to do it. Is the school opening up? But I'm gonna tell you, man. You know what I mean? I think if you want to get it done right, hire white. If you want to get it done cheap, hire Mexican or Filipino. Okay. And you'll get it cheaper and faster, all right? Now, they might work from like 9 p.m., all right? The Filipinos going to come over at 9 p.m. I can work through the night. You'll be like, okay, fuck it. Mexicans going to come early in the morning, 5:30, and they going to bring like a group of all they friends, and they going to work from sun up, sundown. They're going to violate every law. Their subcontractors going to be fucked up. Their paperwork going to be fucked up. But, yeah. Now, white people going to come and they going to have a polo shirt, a van with a sticker on the side of it. They going to come in with a goddamn iPad and they going to have it and they going to be like, oh, you need to call a secretary and they need to get your credit card. White people going to come in and it's going to be hella organized. And they're going to have the goddamn carbon paper and they going to give you an invoice. All right, we can start on this day at this time. And they'll come in and they'll have 5 people marching in there like this. 5 people march in and they gonna get this shit done right. It's gonna get done right. It's gonna be 3 times what nigga. It's gonna be 3 times what the niggas quoted you, and it's gonna be 8 times what the Filipinos and the Mexican quoted you. It's gonna be expensive like a motherfucker. You like shit, but they gonna have their insurance. They gonna have their state insurance, their business license, all that shit. Better Business Bureau. All right, it's going to cost a hell of a lot of money. You go like, shit. But they going to do that shit right. The shit going to be fixed. It ain't going to be it. They going to patch up the wall, all that shit. You're going to be like, okay, it's fixed. Oh, it's fixed. Niggas going to come in and be like, all right, we can you start? Probably about 2 weeks. 2 weeks, I can start about 2 weeks. 2 weeks go by. Y'all coming to do the job? Oh, yeah, bro. You know, you know what I mean? You like one of us? We going to start next week. Yeah, I got in a little something. You know, I went to jail for child support. And, you know, I got it. I've been in the bind. And your deposit, about that deposit, can you give me the second half of the deposit? You like, the second half of the deposit, you ain't even started the work yet. They done spent the deposit. Then they finally come through. Nigga, I mean, why you always bothering me, man? Damn, they come in with an attitude and shit. Oh, nigga. All right, we gonna start it up. Let's start this shit up. All right, anyway. The Mexicans would have had it done. They would have had it done on some people that don't have no goddamn certifications or nothing. They gonna get it done. It's gonna be good, too. It's gonna be good. All right, anyway. Oh, man, it's bad news. Yep, you can pay the Mexicans. You just see them and you be like, I got some beer in the refrigerator. You want some beer? They'll stay all night. They'll stay all night. All right, anyway. You need anything else fixed? Essay? All right, they'll bring a truck, 3 essays. Come in, fix your shit up. It's going to be good. But, you know, it's going to be done, patched up, fucked up. You know what I mean? It's kind of going to be half-assed, they done it, but they're going to get it done, bro. They're going to get it done. Shout out to everybody out there, man. He said they do shoddy work. Yeah, it ain't going to be done the way it's supposed to be done. It's going to be done the way they want to do it. All right, in about 2 or 3 weeks or 2 or 3 years later, shit going to be leaking. You be like, them niggas. Goddamn Mexicans fuck my shit up. 3 years later, the pipe gonna be leaking. You're like, damn, bro. You gonna call them up, man. Hey, your insurance gonna cover that? All you gonna hear is, what insurance? What insurance? What insurance? It's gonna be done. It's gonna be fixed. It just ain't gonna be up to code. Yeah, whoever, when you sell the house, they're gonna look and say, who fucking fixed this? Oh, that was Hector and them. Hector and them fixed it. Oh, okay. They just passed this shit up with some bubble gum, I see. All right, Hector, of course. But by the way, all right, can you bring your truck over, Mr. George? Mr. George, can you bring the truck? No insurance, man. No insurance, man. Man, no insurance, I say. All right, I don't know. I did it. I hired my hermano and my primo. They gone, man. They got deported, man. But they will show up quick. Hey, yeah, can you show up at my job? You have a job? I show up. All right, anyway, man. Look, we do have Dr. Umar here. Hold on for a second. We do have more Dr. Umar on Straggle with Sniggle Theater. All right, and it is apparently Dr. Umar, now he's throwing brothers under the bus. Apparently, Dr. Umar, all right, hold up for a second. Let's get some music on. Dr. Umar, is this you, bruh? All right, you throwing black people under the bus? Oh, no.
Water. Women love my skis, yes, it's magic, it's a blessing. When I die, I'ma go.
Hey, Doc!
Where the white women at?
Woo! Yes! Let's go!
Hey, where the white women at?
Yes! Oh, look at your boy! Oh, look at him dancing to that! Hey, let's go!
Where the white women at?
Dr. Umar.
Hey, where the white women at?
That's my destination.
Look, there he is. Show him. Come on, Doc.
Where the white women at?
Oh, what kind of shit is this? All right, hold on. Let's get it. There it is. Hey.
Hey, where the white women at?
Extra basic with the facelift. And some where the white women at?
Let's go. Look at, oh, he's showing teeth.
Yes, it's magic.
Oh my goodness, Doc. Oh man, this is cold-blooded right here. Look at him. Oh no. Oh shit. Oh, he hugged up. Hey, that's how they do you.
Hey, where the white women at?
Ooh, wait, that's how they do it. They having you feeling like that too. You already know. All right, damn. Oh man, Doc, what is this you, Ninja? Oh, he's showing teeth. Yes, indeed, Doc. Oh, play the video. Look, he doing that white girl dance right there. Let's go.
Where the white women at?
Yeah, he happy, bruh. Oh shit.
Hey, where the white women at?
Where the white women at?
Oh Lord, Dr. Umar, man, why they doing you dirty on Al Gore's internet? All right, they doing you dirty, man. You deserve more respect on your name. You deserve more respect on your name. All right, don't let them do you like this on the internet. And we seen your ass out here putting in that work. Apparently, look at your boy out here. Where he at right there?
Niggas always gotta show they teeth.
He liked them ice cream cookies. He liked them uncooked Cinnabon. Look at him sniggling. All right, look at him. He's sniggling a little too good. Oh, did you? Hey.
Gotcha, bitch.
Oh, man. Is that a melanated sister? Is that a Pan-African sister? Dr. Umar, who that, bruh? Who that?
Nope.
Who that? Who that? Yeah. Ooh, she showing teeth. Look at him. He happy as hell. Look, shoulders all pinned back. There I am right there. Looking him up. All right, rate Dr. Umar's Riz right here.
Where the white women at?
All right, yeah, brother.
Hey, where are the white women at?
Yep, look at her. Ooh, wee. All right, caught you, Dr. Umar. Hey, you a good man, though.
Gotcha, bitch.
You a good brother, man. We don't want to do you like that. We'll put some respect on your name here. I don't know, man. This is why you got to be careful on Al Gore's internet out here, because, you know, somebody always going to be out here trying to film you and expose you. Okay, and then he got up there tap dancing like she wasn't white. She was Middle Eastern. And I was trying to get some incense. He was trying to explain it away. All right, I was like, nah, bro, I know you trying to fold them uncooked Cinnabons. He like the white women, don't he?
Where the white women at?
He like them white bunnies. All right, anyway, Dr. Umar, shout out to you. Let's do some super chats. And then we got a segment or two, if there's any super chats. If not, we'll just keep it going. Ooh-wee. So Dr. Umar, maybe he's going to change and pivot into some content particularly related to the white folks, the right folks. Shout out to our brother. It is Tom says, I think Dave Ramsey watches CGA. He said, hope is not a strategy. Shout out to you. It was something that I picked up from a coaching book from Rick Neuheisel. All right. He used to coach UCLA in Colorado football. I picked that up when I was coaching, and I put that out in the lexicon, although there's been business books that have used it. I recently heard Brian Taylor use it in his book as well. But, you know, I've been pushing that out quite a bit. So, and Tom Brady recently used it. So, yeah, you know, it's not something that I can say I created for the most part, but I've been saying it quite a bit. You know, there's something to be said about popularizing a phrase. That's for sure. Dave Ramsey. Shout out to Dave Ramsey.
And that's you.
Oh, Foghorn Leghorn Dave Ramsey. Boomer Dave Ramsey. That's what we need to call him. Shout out to our brother Johnny says, us black men have to admit that the biggest contributing factor for going to prison is our mamas because of who they chose to be our fathers. Getting cheeks clapped while living in war zones, being proud to be uneducated, etc. 100%. Okay, I agree with that. And unfortunately, you know, we love our mamas. But, you know, sometimes our parents were either incapable of making good decisions, they tried their best, or they really fucked your life up. When you go back, it's going to be hard. A lot of times, you know, especially black folks, drugs are a contributing factor to where you stand in the world today. Drugs. Now, it could have been that your parents were doing drugs or people around them were doing drugs, and maybe your parents cleaned up their act. Maybe they didn't. But you'd be shocked as to amount of the problems that you have are self-inflicted. Drugs. All right, drugs. Okay, especially in the crack era, especially in the cocaine era. Back in the day when they used to white horse. Yeah. Don't ride the white horse. All right, if their parents party and went out, if you want to ride, yeah, go ride the white horse. I think he was saying don't ride the white horse. White horse, all right? Your mama could have been riding a white horse. Yes, indeed, back in the day. You old people know what I'm talking about. You old people know what I'm talking about. Remember them days. Don't ride the white horse. 70s and 80s, man, it was a bad time. So many of us are products of that, especially me. You know, I was a child in the 70s and 80s. So, you know, interesting time. And it wasn't that far. And alcohol, yes. And to be honest, the boomers were right out of the civil rights era. So their childhood was the civil rights movement. And maybe they were a young adult during that time, but certainly they were a child. So they were really the first generation of black Americans to kind of get integrated in to the world. They were the kids that went to school integrated. I mean, I was the one. Gen X, older Gen Xers or mid-Gen Xers and baby boomers, they were the first ones integrating into a lot of life, assimilating and trying to assimilate, also living in the bottoms at the same time. Interesting generation. Interesting stuff. I could talk about that shit all day because while, yeah, they made bad decisions, they also had a lot of things that were against them. Shout out to our brother Black Man in the Suburbs says, Coach, I finally finished my book, but during the process, I contemplated never ever writing one again. It's a grueling process, but thanks to that Costa Rica trip, Them Tikas got me remotivated, LOL, in his free agent lifestyle for life. Yeah, writing a book is not easy. Writing a book is not easy. And I wrote 2 full books and, a manual. And it is not easy. It is a grueling process. And it is, the process is so messed up. It has not allowed me to write another book because it's grueling. So anybody that has wrote multiple books, you have to respect them, even if they had help. It is very grueling. Just a part of writing it, organizing, editing, re-editing, editing. It's a lot of drafts. It's a lot of work. And you're still going to have thousands of mistakes. So even though self-publishing allows anybody to be an author, it is not easy to write a book. Don't ever think it's easy. So congratulations to you. And I had that point of I will never do an audiobook. All right, I did an audiobook and I was like, I'll never read an audiobook ever again. That was a shitty process. But now you can use AI for these tools and it will make it easier. Keep your grind going, man, but you want to get them Tikas out there. All right. Shout out to No Government Name. What are your thoughts on people quitting a good paying job because it won't let them take off of work for non-emergency family events like a family reunion or a graduation? It just seems like a huge fumble to me, or am I just too cold-blooded? Yeah. Damn, that's a tough one because family is important to a lot of people. So some people will prioritize that over just kind of being stuck at a job where they can't move and they can't do what they do. This is what forces people to be entrepreneurs for the most part, is things like that. So yeah, if they quit a job like that, even though it's a good paying job and they have a dream of doing a job that is maybe that something that they can do, I can see why people do that. It's a fumble, but maybe they have a better idea, or maybe they can learn to live off less because their family's important. For me, being able to move is like being able to move around and control my schedule. I've been doing this now consecutively since 2012. Okay, 2012. So I'm now 13 years while I haven't had a job. No job, no trabajo, old CGA. And it feels good. People wish they could last this long without having to have a job. So I haven't had a job, a boss. I've been working independently now for 2012. Yeah, 2012 going into now. So 13 years been working independently, where I haven't had to report to someone or have a manager or a boss overseer. All I've had were clients. So 13 years, that's quite an achievement to be able to do. And maybe I'll get to year 20. Maybe I'll get to year 30. It would be great to have lived a life without having to, have a job in a sense that everybody else has. And it's tough to get to that point where you don't have it. So maybe that's where their priorities lied. Yeah. Shout out to you guys. Hopefully that's motivation for you because it's hard, man. Let me tell you, it's hard to leave that. They call it the matrix. It's hard to leave the W-2 matrix. Because they'll promise you, they'll be like, oh, you won't find nothing better. And yeah, for many times, you're going to think about quitting. You're going to be like, oh, shit, you're going to be looking like this. Damn, I might as well just go on to get a job. But if you believe in yourself, and it finally starts working, it's going to be 2 years of hell and eating shit, especially plates of shit. Like eating plates of shit and doubt. And should I do it? Should I give up? Should I just go get a job? Well, looking back now, if I would have quit at any point, it would have been the dumbest decision other than me getting married. Think about that. If in 2012 and by 2014, I said, all right, I'll just go get a job. Knowing what you know now, that would be a dumb decision. Right? But I stuck with it. I stuck with it through the lean times. I stuck through it when my money wasn't matching up. Like, oh, shit. I stuck through it when my clients didn't pay me on time. Like, Dude, I remember a couple times my clients didn't pay me. They went on vacation. It wasn't like they weren't trying to pay me. My clients, I've always had good clients, but sometimes they would go on vacation and I would have to track them down. And they'd be like, I'll take care of it when I get back. And I'll be like, damn, it's the first of the month. Oh, man. It's rough. So yes, I can see why people do it. And maybe they just want that freedom at the end of the day. And that's a big deal for people. But yeah, man. Yeah. He says you're going to work 12 to 15 hours. Yep, but they're your days. You can come and go. You can go outside. Sometimes you can wear T-shirts and shorts. You know, it's a wonderful thing. J. Cool says, it's if what you are doing is not working, find something that does work and do that instead. I'm a straight shooter at work, and it does make a big difference. He says, we're keeping my opinion to myself. I guess there was something you were going to add. It just ended there. I think maybe you said whereas. Not sure what that says right there. Yeah, freedom ain't free. It was some lean ass years in there. And there were people like, man, just go get a job. I mean, I've actually did really well right outside the box. Shout out to Ruben. He says, funny show, coach. Shout out to you. I appreciate you and your humor. Enjoying the humor. No Government Ain't BA says your California King bed rant was epic and hilarious. The only thing missing was the Mitch alert bells. Why do people try me? Why do they try me, man? And it's funny what sticks with people, man. It had to be you, and it had to be the King bed comment. It had to be that. So, you know, you got to stop this low expectation living. And he says, to your point about YouTube sparking up nostalgic content, YouTube's original logo was a picture of a 1950s TV, tube TV. I remember that. Wow, a tube TV as their logo. That's where they were going with it. Wow. Yeah, they definitely changed that up. Yeah, I saw the early stages of YouTube. I was like, this is going to be crazy. Oh, now they got it on a flat screen. I wonder if this was one of the original logos right here. Okay, so this is a retro design of the YouTube logo with the tube TV. All right, interesting enough, it started as a dating app. You know, a lot of times that's interesting. I didn't really realize it was a dating app. All right, man. Shout out to y'all. Let me check over here. Check over here. And then I'll get back to it. See if anybody contributed that I need to acknowledge. Oh, of course, it's not going to work. All right. Yeah, of course. All right. I was just going to do one real quick. All right. And it doesn't want to work now. All right. With that being said, let's get to It's an Evil World We Live In. Okay. It's an evil world we live in.
It's an evil world we live in.
All right, check this out. We have two people here that are going to talk about, you know, the age factor thing that has been made famous here in this space, related to the wall, related to men dating younger women, relating to men having their 40s or greater later, right? Your 20s are a struggle. Women's early years, their prime, are in their 20s. Now, this, to me, is undefeated evolutionary science or psychology. It explains a lot, although there are gaps in these things, but it explains a lot. For instance, it's pretty standard to say that women hit the wall. And this will be without a doubt. Like, there's no doubt about it. The wall originated from the medical profession. It was the biological wall. So these things cannot be disputed. Now, originally they were talking about mostly white women having problems having babies later. Now, when you put in Mexicans and blacks, then those ages aren't that hardcore, right? So when they say women hit the wall, 28, 30, 32, whatever number you say, it is true. They hit a fertility wall, a biological wall. Now, once you have different levels of fertility, particularly with Mexicans, African American, these women can have babies later, probably with no issues. But we also know IVF and in vitro fertilization and egg freezing is something that women have to consider doing at 28 before they get to 32. If they get to 32, it might be too late. They only have so many eggs. So yes, even if they are fertile later on, they only still have so many eggs up until a certain period. So there is a validity related to that. It does sound mean because then when you turn into the looks category, well, women age bad. They age like a banana. Men age like fine wine. These are all staples that are true. Now, there's just a flexibility on the age, and then you have to put in preference. So in my book, The Evolution, I talk quite amount about the fact that men's lives tend to improve later. So then that brings in a conversation about, do men hit the wall? Well, number one, according to the original purpose of the wall, which was the biological impairment, the inability to produce children after a certain age, technically men don't hit the wall, because it could be said that the vast majority of men up into their 80s can skeet into a bitch and then impregnate her. Doesn't mean if the kid's going to come out, we don't care about that. But into their 80s, a man can impregnate a woman. So just biologically, men don't hit the wall. Then people say, well, men get fat, men get bald, and these type of things. Well, we have to understand, number one, although those things socially and beauty-wise might constitute that the man is uglier as he ages, typically you will find that women find those men attractive, right? If the gray beard for me, it works for a lot of young women. It drives them crazy because it is a symbol of wisdom and masculinity. People think it's a bad. Coach, you should dye your beard. Dude, it is a plus. It works like crazy for women 22, 25, 27. It's a magnet to them. And even women a little bit slightly older, it's a magnet. It doesn't work against me. When I dye this black, it works against me. When it's gray, it works for you. In fact, bald men, people say, oh, you balding. Bald men still are considered sexy in many ways. So it's just that way you carry it. Now, also that I'm black and younger and my skin looks good, it actually works for me better than it did when I was younger. When I was younger, it didn't work. Now, let's talk about the wall again. Graying, old, balding, gray hair. These are all things that make men probably more powerful. They're seen as more masculine. They're seen as more, wow, this guy is a sage guy, wisdom. So it actually isn't something that works against him in many ways. Not as you would think. It actually works for him. Now, let me talk about this. In terms of looks, you can say, do men hit the wall as they age in looks? Technically, yes. So the answer is yes. There are a lot of men in bad shape in their 40s, 50s, and 60s. I mean, they're up in shitty. They are in bad condition. They're bad. They got bad feet. They got arthritis. They got diabetes. They got big pregnant bellies and guts. All right, plus they're old, gray, balding, and all that stuff. So in conjunction to looks, do men age as bad as women? The answer is no. But technically, do they hit the wall? The answer is yes. Now, let me clear that up. The problem is when they talk about men and their value and women and their value, women's value has always been looks. Whereas men's value has almost been looks have been a tertiary or a fourth or fifth reason why a woman would be with you. It's not the primary reason. Whereas women primarily sell looks, not many men are that attractive to just sell looks. And if they are, they might be hella young at the point. So they might be tall, muscular, athletic. They run like a gazelle. That talent, including that talent and his ability to earn money and status, that works for that guy. That is a very small percentage of men. So do men hit the wall on the looks? I say technically yes, but no, because if that man is wealthy, his looks are inconsequential. Some woman is going to find him handsome. You see what I mean? So as the woman's selling looks from the beginning, the man's almost never selling looks. So if his looks deteriorate, does that hurt him as much? Not if he has status or money. So he hasn't technically hit the wall. He can still get women in his 20s if he has enough status or money. So yes, this conversation keeps going on and on. That's my whole breakdown of it. It's still greater later for him. He probably wasn't that good looking to begin with. And he's just slightly or less good looking as an older man. Some men get handsomer based on qualities, not necessarily their looks. They still might have a beer gut, but they might still carry themselves powerfully. I know a guy that owns a furniture store out here. He's a big old white guy. He break it down already. He might be in his late 40s, early 50s. He got the most beautiful Thai wife I have seen. And she's in her 40s. She's fucking gorgeous, man. Like, I go in there and I buy furniture from them all the time because she be in there looking at me like this, all right?
What kind of fuck you give me?
All right? She is gorgeous. Gorgeous Thai wife. All right? And I'll be like, dude, you got a sister? I had to ask her one time, you got a sister? All right, last time I was in there, the nigga like busted his knee up. He messed it. He was like a big old white dude, but he got money. He got status. He owns a furniture store, and she's an employee, and she be walking around. All right, I'll be like, damn. All right. So with that being said, it didn't hurt his ability to get a beautiful Thai wife. It didn't hurt his ability at all. Even though he's broken down, even though he's older, he's still got a beautiful woman. He's got a beautiful woman. Now, equate that to women that have advanced in age. Even though she's healthy, can she marry a young guy that has status, money, and looks and beautiful? No. No. She can't do that. Can she get him to fuck on him? Yes. So that's the transition. She can get that guy to fuck on her. As this woman's right here saying, Cougar swaps Toyboys with friends, claims men her age have too much baggage and are bad in bed. These are important qualities to women. So that is true. There are a lot of men that are aging that really can't perform how they need to for these harlots, these career harlots. All right. So these women been in the streets. They want to get fucked up and down, sideways, and picked up. So for them, it's important to know the men that are her age, they can't do that no more. Or they're unwilling to. You know, they can't get it up for no 40-year-old harlot. A 20-year-old harlot, all right? But a 40-year-old, no, with their saggy bits. So what does she have to do right here? According to this world star, I'm a cougar swapping toy boys with my friends. Men my age are too much baggage and are bad in bed. So these are harlots in somewhere in New York or somewhere. I don't know where they are. And they probably have OnlyFans, you know, career harlots, if you will. And now they're swapping young boys. All right. So for them, they see this as a plus. All right. And so they're just basically, right. All right. They're just basically trying to say, we like the young boys. All right. So nobody finds this predatory. Okay. Well, I'll keep fucking young girls, 20, 19. All right. It's all good. I'll have a 20-year-old out right now. All right. In the next few hours. All right. So, yeah, I'll never feel bad about it if that's what they're doing. Hey, never feel bad about it. But there they go right here, all plastic and breast planted up with young boys. And yes, it's a good time. Practice. But can these guys do anything for them other than that? No. That's the difference between the men and the women, right? The men can still do something valuable for that woman. Change her life. Fix a bind. These women are just using the guy up. And the guy is fine with it. All right. And he comes and beats up that old roast beef like this. All right. He beats up that roast beef and that swollen hanging labia. Skeets in her because she can't get pregnant. And then he dips. All right. Then he dips. But it looks like they're dressed up for a nice gala as well. So yeah, more power to them. More power to them. And so, yeah, the cougars that are in shape, they want a man that's in shape if they are looking for, you know, a night of pleasure. But unfortunately, you know, these women, even if they get a guy that has status and money, they're going to cheat on these guys like crazy. Okay? They're going to cheat on them like crazy. So if you marry an old harlot, right, like this woman right here, and go, I'm going to take her, this woman's going to cheat on you, whether you're young or old, because she's a harlot. It is what it is. So don't think this woman could ever be loyal to you or any woman in this age range or in this condition. They're not relationship material. They're recreational use only. Okay, with that being said here, this woman, a sister, I think it's an African sister if I'm not mistaken. She says men age backwards. He gets finer with time. Women can't compete with men. Let's see what London Red has to say about this and see if you agree. Comments are turned off. All right. She turned them comments off. All right, here we go.
Listen, man age backward. A man could get a wife at any age. Any age. As long as he's in good shape, his finances good, he could get a wife at any age, any time. So man age is backward. Man get finer with time. A man get finer with time. So time, a man gets seasoned. He get good looking. He started to learn how to dress. He gets his money up. He learn how to talk. He learn how to speak. So man age backwards. So when a man start getting his money together, getting his life together, he age like fine wine. So you can't really compete with a man because he have time. He could have baby at any age. So man age backwards. That's true.
Shout out to London Red. And this is a no-brainer. All right, it's a no-brainer. No matter how much we want to fight it and put harlots up and talk about how much sex a woman can get from younger guys, the value still ain't there. The value still ain't here. All right, I mean, she looks great. She's in shape. She probably looks great in the gym, and she probably looked nice and tightly packed with her booby implants. And, hey, man, she ain't bad. To me, it would be practice. All right, you know she got a lot of baggage as well. But what she's saying is listening to the value, right? Listening to what men can provide. She was like, he has this. He's seasoned. He can learn how to talk. He can present himself. He might get more confidence. Not all men are going to hit this stride either. It might be only 20, 30% of men that age. But the other things that they consider valuable, then what will happen is he won't have it when he's young. But now he starts to have it. And then you have to understand the difference between relationship value versus sexual value. Sexual marketplace value, if you will, this woman has high sexual marketplace value. Still at her age, 40 and 50. We can't deny it. She looks good for her age. She can get sex from whoever she wants. Can she get a relationship? The answer is no. Not only that, she's having trouble finding men her age to get a relationship with. She's certainly not going to get it from her 20s, the 20s guys. This woman is saying, well, sexual marketplace value-wise, maybe the man is not still high, but what he can offer in relationship, is still going to be considered valuable. He still can get married, which is valuable. And you're not going to have much sex in marriage anyway, so they don't care that you can't get it up. Dude, let me tell you a story. I was with this Filipina chick, and she's 22. She's telling me as she's in my bed naked, she was with this older guy, way older than me. All right, so if you think these girls are you think I'm old, some of these girls are dating guys way older than me. All right, it's wild as fuck. All right, which should give you some confidence, nigga. Get your life together. Because you can have them back young, fresh, and green. But she told me she was dating this dude in her 60s. And she was like, oh, he had dysfunction, ED. Okay. And then essentially she was like, but he still tried to put it in. I was like, oh my goodness.
Oh, the humanity.
She was like, he still tried to do it. And then I was like, what he used to do? He used to just lay in it with it all limped up. And I was like,
oh, the humanity.
I was like, yo. I was like, this shit is wild. She be telling, and she's so innocent looking, so her stories sound wild as fuck to me. I'm like, you so innocent to be talking like this. Then she was like, and I was like, well, as long as you got a finger and a tongue, you can still get in there, all right? So he tried to put his gummy worm in that young piece of calico. I was like, this is crazy.
Hey, yo, chill, son. Hey, yo.
He used to put the punani juice in there. He was like, I'ma still put it in there. I was like,
hey, yo, chill, son. Hey, yo.
And she used to let him try to put that gummy worm in that motherfucker.
Hey, yo, chill, son. Hey, yo.
He like, bruh, hey, she let him. Why? Because he was probably handsome, decent looking. He had money, right? Status. He was paying. So she was like, I'm going to put that gummy worm in that mug.
Hey, yo, chill, son. Hey, yo.
All right. And he was like, I got a finger and a tongue, too. We can get this shit on. Let's get it on. So what is it that people really are talking about here? Is it the relationship value, which this woman is talking about, which the man still is valuable, despite the fact that he might be ugly or he might be fat. He might have ED. He's still valuable. They got corrections for those things. All right. He can get in shape. What if he's older and in shape? He gonna be hella valuable in the marketplace for any woman looking to have children or not. He can still knock up young broads. Whereas the woman, going back, her relationship marketplace value is plummeted. Even though she looks good, all she can get is dick down. She can't have babies. She can't create a family. Not saying that she wants to, but she simply can't do it. It's not an option. She can't bring value to the guy by bringing forth children. So if he's in shape and she's in shape and he was hell-bent on having a family and he's 45, 50, 55, he's going to have to go see a 25-year-old where she's completely disqualified. So she's dealing with guys that can't get it up and that are in bad shape, but the men her age that can, she can't qualify for. She's not qualifying. He can go get 22-year-olds easily, and he will. Trust me, they're getting them. So in the sense of this conversation, despite the fact that people will just focus on sex, it is still, if we just take sex and overall value, men age backwards. Men age backwards. In fact, most young boys are fucking ugly. All right, they're not attractive at all. I would say a small percentage of young men are actually attractive. All right, and that's just me, meaning that I'm not the one to judge. But women will tell you. Women will tell you. All right, the 80-20 rule tells you 80% of women, from the woman's perspective that are dating in today's world, 80% of men offer nothing to them. Huh? That's the dating pool right now that exists of fertile women. They literally find nothing valuable about 80% of men. That tells you that only a small percentage of men are actually attractive. Where these guys are like, yeah, but young men look better. 80% of young men are not attractive to women in the dating pool. That's how crazy it is. So for men to keep leaning on that, but young men got stamina and young men are more attractive and in shape. If you ask women today, they will walk past 80% of men from 18 to 30. They will walk right past them. Meaning that you're not attractive. You're not in shape. You're not valuable. You don't have nothing to offer. Okay, let me pull this up as a stat just so you can see it. Let's see right here. I mean, I can pull this up from many angles here. It says right here, women say 80% of men are below average. So people will keep saying, but I'm not bald or gray and I got muscles in the six pack. Again, that's nice. But compared to how women view it, 80% of men are below average. That means only a small portion of men that are young are considered average or above. Jesus. Okay. So it's right here, another one. I can pull up more and more. This is Evie right here. Women are more selective and find 80% of men unattractive on dating apps. These are dating age women saying dating age men. This is 18 to 30, 18 to 35. 80% of them are garbage. Trash. So don't lean on that. I'm young and I'm sexier and we better than older men. That's all thought. Even the woman that is this harlot right here. How many young boy toys do you think she's messing with? She just taking random boys? No. Random men in their 20s? No. She's taking a top percent of men, probably. Good looking dudes. Dudes she see at the gym, crushing it. She ain't taking no random dudes. She's taking from the top. She taking Chad going over there to crush them her pelvis. So once you start to go, what this woman's saying here, the reality is what she's saying. Not even close. What this woman's saying is the truth. Men age backwards. They get finer with time, meaning their qualities go up as they age. And he then gets a range of women that are serious contenders that are trying to latch on to him from age 18, technically 19, all the way up to 60. Now, a guy can only fuck if he's in his 20s, fuck those women. And barely then the woman, you're going to fuck one or two times and they're going to be done. Those women then will start pivoting back. Okay, I had my boy toys, I had my fun, then they'll start pivoting back. In fact, let me just say this to close it. These women doing this will only do it for a short period of time. They can't carry this on into their 70s. They can only do this really 45 to 52. Right? So they're all sexy and in shape. 45 to 62 where they could just go back on the cock carousel and get ran through. Then after about 52, maybe 55, they're going to start going what? Where, they're going to be like,
what happened? Where did all the men go?
Whereas a man that's in shape in her age, he can carry that shit on into his 70s and 80s. He can keep that shit going. Well, this woman's going to pivot. She's going to get tired of getting ran through. She's going to catch herpes, and then she's going to pack it up. Okay? So she got divorced. She back out there with her toy boys. She's going to catch a STD, and then she's going to look for back men her age and older or younger, slightly younger. And she's going to be fucking trying to fuck old dudes and get them to settle down. Old dudes that got money. So he got between 19 and 55, 19 and 60. That's what the range of the men that she's going to want to go after she gets done riding the carousel are going to be between that can fuck women from 19 to 60 easy. Whether he's paying or what. So the conversation about the wall, despite the fact that these feminists try to come in here and hijack our talking points, the reality is the reality. All right. You cannot defeat this argument. And nature does what it does. First is biological. Women don't have many babies after age 40, especially without help. Or it's going to be a one-off. It's going to be an odd thing that happened, or that's going to be a baby, their 5th child, unexpected pregnancy. Then the biological wall doesn't affect men. Men become more seasoned and valuable later. 20% of young men are considered attractive, or basically an average or above when they're young. When you're older, probably goes up significantly. Oh, man. Man. Shout out to you right here. But yeah, by the time this woman's 56, she going to pack up that harlot conversation real quick. That toy boy shit. And maybe she'll still play around, but nobody going to take her seriously and marry her. No way. No freaking way. All right, we got, I guess we do have one more, and I'll do the super chats. What about this guy right here? So this does have something to do with this part of the show. This guy right here says, why do older men in their 40s and beyond prefer women in their 20s? As a man that prefers women in their 20s, I'm going to just say, old women are depressing. All right. Young women are crazy. So you got to pick your poison. Young women are crazy. Sometimes they're a little bit hopeful. And you can see some life and energy in them. Older women have no life and energy. They're drained. The only thing they got going for them is fucking their job. That's it. Their career is the only reason. All right. But if you take any dating app, if you take any data, it doesn't matter how the age of the man goes. He's still going to probably consider women in their 20s to be more beautiful. Right. But he might not be able to get to them. He might feel uncomfortable of dating a woman that young. All right. But there's a lot of reasons why. Now, this guy is Derek Jackson 2.0 or 3.0, Hafiz 2.2. Okay. Older women are crazier. Yeah, older women are crazier, but I just think younger women tend to be wild and all over the place. That's what I mean when crazier. Shout out to ABL. They tend to be all over the place. All right. They're trying to hopeful. They're trying to start up a career. But older women, all they got going for them is their job. That's it. They don't have nothing else going for them. That's valuable to me. That's valuable to me. They might think they got something going on, but what's valuable to me? And even the job is fucking not valuable to us. Right? We don't even care what they do, but they'll try to sound and make it important. I got this and this and this at my job. Who gives a fuck? All right. Let's see what this guy has to talk about here, saying about this. This is a man supporting men. Go check out his Instagram.
Bullshit.
I don't give a fuck.
All right, hold on for a second. All right, let's see what he has to say.
You're too smart. You're too wise. You're too experienced. He doesn't want you because he knows he can't get away with the same bullshit that he can if he's dating some 20-something-year-old girl who has no experience, no life experience to see through his manipulations. He doesn't want you because he knows he can't clown around with you.
Bullshit.
All right, there you go with the Umar Epps lips right there. So then it becomes about power struggle. That he can't control you. He's not as smart as you. And again, I can't speak for all older men and their predicament. There are a lot of older men that are down bad. And of course, for black men, black women, a lot of black men are down bad. They never really got out of the blocks. A lot of black men, 40, 50, still dressing like teenagers. And it's like, they just can't get it together. But this guy is a little bit, this doesn't sound right to me. This doesn't sound like his words. Okay. This sounds like the words that he's trying to pander to women to get to agree to him. And unfortunately, there are a lot of older women, you'll be shocked, and young career women that believe this. Okay. They'll believe this shit all day long. To me, it's mind-boggling. They'll say, you're intimidated by my career. Get the fuck out. Nobody's intimidated by your fucking job. But from women's perspective, oh, you're just intimidated by my career. No, I just don't like to be penciled in and, you know, you be like, I can meet you for lunch and we can rush and have a meet. Nobody wants that shit. Just let me come fuck. But then they want to be romanticized and wine and dine. You're literally slaves to your job, and you're like, you're saying you're like, I'm too smart for you. Nobody want to hear that shit.
Smart, you're too wise, you're too experienced. He doesn't want you because he knows he can't get away with the same bullshit.
All right. He can't get, oh, you can't see it. He can't get away with the same bullshit that he can get away with women in their 20s. And for people that will say, well, you're just using these women in their 20s. I don't think so. I think I'm giving them exactly what they want. All right. Very few of them really are trying to lock you down. They will eventually, as they get with you and you start hitting that bottom, they'll tend to try to lock you down. But they're having their fun as well at that age. So we're not creating harlots out of them. They're actually doing what they want to do.
That he can if he's dating some 20-something-year-old girl who has no experience, no life experience to see through his manipulations.
All right, so it's always about control and manipulation and power when it comes to women. So you're manipulating me, you're controlling me, you have more power. And so that's how women view relationships. And this guy's a man, but he's speaking like a woman. What men do is not essentially control the woman, but he does provide guidance and protection. So where's the line between protection and control? It's a very fine line. If I have a duty to protect something, don't I have to control it? Don't I have to protect it from itself? So when you're dealing with women, and he sounds like a woman arguing this, what's the line between controlling and protecting? What's the line between trying to guide you versus manipulating you? So a woman that's older can't be guided, protected, or manipulated. That's my answer to him. So you're talking about a woman that's older can't be guided, can't be counseled, can't be, protected. So that's what it is right there. That's where he's talking about it. He's like right here, nah, man, you can't be manipulated. But in a sense, the younger woman can be manipulated, or she can be guided. She'd be more likely to say, hey, from your experience, tell me how this is. Now, let's flip it the other way for these people in this conversation. How much guidance, how much knowledge can this woman give this man? Okay? You see what I'm saying? You see why the conversation is fucked. And of course, people can disagree with it. I don't give a fuck. The conversation doesn't work when you flip it the other way. There's no dynamic naturally there. Only thing's going to happen here is a dick down. Whereas if the guy's dicking down a younger woman and there's something that develops, he can guide her. He can guide her. He can protect her. He can produce children. There's so many things that the guy can do for a younger woman that vice versa, a younger man can't do for an older woman. Not only that, there's so many things that a man that is older can do for a younger woman that he can't do for a woman that's older. If the woman's older, an older man can barely do anything. Why? She's so busy trying not to get controlled and manipulated. Whereas the older guy can provide way more value to a younger woman, and it's more probably going to be more centered to a match. But the older man can't even have babies with an older woman. They can't even produce anything. All he's going to do is he's going to fix an older woman's mind. And she's going to be sitting up here trying not to get controlled and manipulated. Whereas vice versa, the woman tries to do it with the man, and the only thing she can't provide no life advice, very little life advice. She certainly is not providing monetarily for this young man. She's not doing that. She's not giving him investment advice. She's not giving him any advice that he can fucking use and go out here and win in life. None. All she can do is toot her fucking legs up and her ass up. That's it. It just doesn't work the same. But I wish everybody some fun out here in these streets because it's an evil world out here, man.
It's an evil world we live in.
Right here. It's an evil world, but people are trying to make these arguments, and it's just completely not clear. I'm like, dude, it is completely lopsided and one-sided. All right, anyway, we got the main event coming up. Let me do these super chats. Shout out to G Money, says, Coach, good insights on not letting your friends or family into your hustle. Just mentioning that I may do some business. I can quickly sense the hate and the jealousy when they try to tell me my limits. But I know they aren't qualified to tell me what my limits are. They're not, because if you're getting advice from people that have never done shit, there's not much they can offer you. Tehran says the episode of The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air where Will Smith wanted to sell cars instead of continuing college, he dropped out and started getting to a bag, but then his soft ass Uncle Phil had to recruit Will's cantankerous mom to get him to go back to school. He says it really be your own people. Yes, and that's a co-sponsorship. It does. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. My man said, Coach, you think these young girls are listening to advice from older? Yes. Women listen to me all the time. Younger women. Older women don't listen to shit. All right? Because they think they know it all. That's why they're single at that age. And they try to flip it back. That's why you single. Or men choose to be single. Women don't. Men inherently want to be single. Like, we want to be in peace and quiet. Women inherently want to be in a relationship. Now, they'll have time where they aren't. They'll have time when there aren't. They'll call it a phase. I'm in my horror phase, cock carousel phase, soft girl era phase. They'll call it a phase. I'm a celibate. They'll describe why they're fucking not in a relationship. Men literally don't want to be in a relationship. And we got to get dragged into the motherfucker. Right? With that being said, yes, women listen. Older women don't. Younger women certainly do. They want to know. But you have to be elevated. You have to have leverage and options for it to work. If you're just a regular Joe Schmo, they ain't listening to shit you talking about. At all. All right? It's just a reality. Shout out to the major leagues, Coach. Face it. He says, Jaylen Brown is official Coach Gang member. He is divorcing to focus on Celtics winning a title. Uh-oh, is this true? I thought he was down for his wife. Wow. You see here. Okay, he was married to that Okay, he was married to that. Okay, he was definitely married to a schizoid. Is that a divorce or is that's a split? I don't know if they were married. But there it is. He wants to focus on winning, so he had to get rid of the woman. And there she is, a beautiful woman. Free agent lifestyle. Guys, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. Women are a distraction. Is this not true? Somebody said it's not true. He didn't marry her. Women are a distraction. They're mostly distractions. I don't know, man. I'm here to tell you. He started distancing himself to focus on basketball. So I don't think they were married. Sounds like they split up. No one in his circle saw it coming. The breakup came out of nowhere. He was so invested into her. All right, dude, the way it is, the way it works is, unfortunately, women distract you. That's all I'm saying. I can't explain it, but their very presence is distracting. He wants to win another title. I don't know. He wants to win two. But they're not great contributors towards you. Some of them could be your motivation factor. So they can motivate you and inspire you to do and become better. Like, some men will be like, my girlfriend inspired me to go get a bank account and, to focus on my studies. But you guys got to really, this is why some sports teams don't allow wives to travel with them. They don't allow wives to ride the plane with them. They don't allow wives to go in the locker room. Some teams don't fuck during the World Cup because that very thing is the thing that takes you off the focus of the prize. Some teams don't fuck their wives during the playoffs. Right? The playoffs come, they go to a hotel, they stay away from their wives and kids. When it's wartime, the wife ain't near the battlefield. It's time to go to war. Keep the wives, send them out there, put them on a train, take the kids, send them, go away. We going to war. Now, some women can be beautiful inspiration. They can be a source of inspiration. Mostly towards the, you want to save them. You want to do something like Rocky, you know what I mean? You want to save them. What's her name? I can't even think of the wife's name. The You Can't Win lady in Rocky.
You can't win.
Yep. So, yeah, boxers don't have sex before their big fight. They don't have their wife around during training camp. So this is what it is. Adrian, ass ninja.
Hey, look at this.
Yeah, you can't win, Adrian. So yeah, they can be a source of inspiration, but I think overall they're mad distracting. Like when I want to focus, I get rid of all the women, and my focus turns up. When I'm having to deal with women and all of this shit and they have time, it's just mad. It's distracting. All right. So they don't get you closer. Many of them don't get you closer. They end up, I don't know what it is about them. They just don't fucking listen. You'd be like, just shut the fuck up. I don't know what it is. And sometimes they want to be helpful. So I will give them that. They want to be like, but I want to help. I want to inspire you. The best way you can help is to get the fuck away from me. Now, the sad part of it is when you do that, she'll just go find another dick to hop on. She'll be like, he doesn't want me. I'll show him. And then she'll be getting violated in the backseat of somebody's Jeep. Then that'll distract you too. You'll find her getting violated in the backseat of somebody's Jeep. And you're like, how could you do this to me?
You can't win.
Very few women in America, American women, we're talking about American women, are not distractions. They're completely distractions. All right. You cannot use them as the source of your come up. There was a guy talked about that. You can build with a woman. I think not. I just cannot prove that to be the case. You could temporarily build something with them, but then once you have it built, now what? Let's just say you were trying to level up and you had a 22-year-old woman just naked in your bed. What are you going to do? And you're like, oh man, I got to do this editing. I got to do this. And there's a 22-year-old woman in your bed naked right now. What are you about to do? 99% chance you're going to go hit them skins. You're going to go fuck her. And then after you fuck, you're going to bust a nut. Then after you bust a nut, you're going to go to sleep and you're going to be over there drooling, snoring and shit. Cuddled up. Then what's going to happen? You're going to get some lunch. Then all of a sudden you rushing through your job so you can get back to her in the second nut. Then you back falling asleep. You see what I mean? Now, let's say that 22-year-old naked woman was not in your bed. And she wasn't even in your arena. You focusing on your job. All right, so anyway. Shout out to our brother, man. I'm going to check that story out. We'll watch that. Shout out to Jay. Terrible says, Coach, I almost choked on my food laughing, seeing them snow bunnies jumping on Umar.
Where the white women at?
Yes. Yes. Yes, with the snow bunnies. Having extra meetings. Just, when there's a pretty girl at your job, most of the time you're going to be distracted by her. Unfortunately. You're going to be distracted, trying to talk to her, meeting her at the water cooler, seeing what she's doing. Now, this isn't their fault. Women are like, it's not our fault. We're not saying it's your fault. We're just telling you what is. And having young men understand and accept this reality. They're distractions. All right, yeah, Muhammad Ali said the same thing. They're distraction. Then you don't give them attention. Like, it's kind of like, you know, they're there, but they want attention. And then they're like, but you're not giving me more attention if you get this and you did. Shit, get out of here. Leave, bruh. Get the fuck alone. So it is what it is. Unfortunately, it's not their fault. That's kind of how they are. And sometimes they just want to be helpful. But ladies, I'm going to tell you this. The five of you that are watching me right now, what you can do if you want to help is get the fuck out of my way. That's what you can do, number one. Number two, cock that ass up when I need it, all right? Number three, if I'm in my mode, do not bother me with some bullshit, okay? Women are good at bothering you with bullshit. Shit that is really going on in her little head that really got nothing to do with you, okay? It's got nothing to do with you, but I just want to talk to you. And they talking about you about their sister, their cousin, their ex-boyfriend, their ex-husband, some kids. It don't have nothing to do with you. They be completely bringing up random shit and stressing about it. Politics. They be willing to tell you too. Yeah, but in the politics of that, nobody gives a fuck about this. Do I? Ma'am, you worry about shit too much. I gave you this life so you didn't have to worry about shit like that. I don't care. Why don't you go downstairs and whip up some bacon? All right, please. Their dog, their cat. Oh, my cat threw up today. I don't give a fuck. Who cares, bro? I'm in the middle of trying to focus on some shit. And you telling me about your cat throwing up. I could give a rat's ass about your cat throwing up. I don't care. They bleeding this month. They extra heavy. I don't care. So much of it is inconsequential. Their cousin went to jail. Now she got to adopt her nieces. So what? None of this stuff adds value to you, but they're communicating. For her, it adds value to her because you're communicating with her, and that's how they connect with you. That's how they feel they're close to you, that they can talk to you about some shit. But much of this shit doesn't do anything for you. Like, she ain't speaking. She's not coaching you up. You know what would be great? You know what's a great idea? And 9 out of 10 great ideas they have for your business suck. All right, but shout out to them. Yep, she telling you about her dreams, some fucking astrology. They're telling you about nothing of value. Ladies, just do yourself a favor and really think about this when you're talking to men. Are you talking about something that can add value to him? That's important to him. There's a 9 out of 10 chance you're not. So you're talking to him and it's bringing you closeness, but literally you're mostly complaining about something that he could give a fuck less about. I don't give a damn about what you're complaining about. You're complaining about it, but you're fucking trauma dumping on me. So you think you're talking, but you're just complaining. All I hear is complain. I'm complaining about this and I'm complaining about that. I'm complaining, but I'm over here trying to lock in. And you're telling me we're communicating and talking. No, we're not. No, we're not. You're distracting me. This is a plain 100% fact. But it is what it is. I don't know. They're worry warts. The dictator says, damn, Adrian was Rocky's biggest hater. Yes, she was. Yep.
You can't win.
You can't win, Rocky. You can't win. Ladies, it could be better. But like I said, the free agent lifestyle is the answer. If you want to get up and level, man, hey, if you want to go to the next level, remove women from your life and watch yourself get there. If you want to be stagnant, keep a woman around you. But if you want to be inspired and you keep a woman around you, I can almost guarantee you, you do not get to your goal. You don't get it. You will not get there. This is a fact. You got to remove women from your life. You got to be like, I'll come get. Oh, by the way, when you do this, please do not have a scarcity mindset. Now, if you're already married, it's too fucking late for you guys. It's too late. I'm not telling you to get rid of your wife because you can't. So you already up shit's creek if you're married. But my point that I was going to make is related to that is if you think you're going to get to where you need to do and carry a woman with you, you up shit's creek, bro. That it ain't going to happen. It's not going to happen. If it does, it'll take 20 years. It'll take 20 years because they really just poke a hole in all your finances. They poke a hole in all, like they want to do wild shit. I just want to go out and they want to go to the Mariah Carey concert, $800 in tickets later. They want to get some wine. They want to go out and want to go to a restaurant. They want to get dressed up and have a tea party with you. And then they're going to go get a dress and they will just poke a hole in your fucking finances. I don't care if she got money too. It's just going to poke a hole in your finances. So that's number one. So forget saving anything. Forget eating top ramen. Okay. You want to get top ramen? All right. I'm sorry. You want to win. So I'm going to just eat fucking spaghetti. And you make spaghetti. You make a big old pot of spaghetti and you get in there and all you got to do is make noodles and you got a whole bunch of spaghetti sauce and meat, in a container. And for 3-4 days, you're about to eat on that. Chow the fuck down for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Just so you can save money. Guess who ain't gonna do that? Your girlfriend. Guess who ain't gonna fixing to do that? Your girlfriend. All right, so what we're gonna do is, for 4 days this week, we're gonna eat reheated spaghetti. And then the rest of the week, we're gonna eat grilled cheese sandwiches for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Guess who ain't gonna fucking do that? Your girl. She'll do that for about 3 days. And she gonna be looking like this. Mm-hmm. And then guess what? She's going to poke a hole in your finances. She ain't going to do that for 2 years straight. I did that for 2 fucking years straight. Just ate like that. I don't know about this and now my stomach. And I think I'm not on, that's too many extra carbs. She ain't about to do that shit. But that's how you going to come up. That's how you going to come up. Is just eating just really low, trying to struggle, not eating lunch. You doing motherfucking, you're doing the intermittent fasting and shit. You're doing whatever it takes to get to the top. They are not going to do it with you. So there goes your finances. There goes your ability to stack. It's gone. Just for her sitting there. Cooked. She going to want to grab something to eat, impulsive, go on a date, go to an amusement park, do something spontaneous. You cooked. There it is. You're not getting over. And those are the things you have to do to get over. You're going to have to sacrifice and pull it all the way back. Women ain't going to survival mode like that. Okay. Yeah. Nah.
I'm always hungry.
Yep. But I had to do that shit for a good 2 years. I always tell you that story. I stood outside of a shitty restaurant watching people eat. After I done paid my ex-wife rent and my rent, and I had nothing left. I couldn't even scrape pennies and nickels together to go to 7-Eleven. So I'm just walking the street. And I had like 2 days till I was going to get another check. So I'm like, man, it was the leanest time for me. So I stood up on this shitty-ass restaurant. This is the year 2014, 2015, something around there. And I'm looking. And I'm watching people eat, and that food looked good as a motherfucker. I was looking, and I was like, oh, I got 2 days of struggle. And I was like, I'm going to eat there one day. 2016, 2015, something like that. But I was so trying to, in the middle of my divorce, paying lawyers, paying gym rent, paying my rent, paying my ex-wife rent. And I'm just like, shit, I'm going to eat there one day. And one day came and I ate there. It was the worst food. It was shitty as fuck. All right, but that's what you got to do, man. And so I always tell you, if you ain't got no money, you have no business dating. Zero. Okay? Stubborn tucked in the back. If you don't have money, you have no business dating as a man. Like, you don't have the ability to feed yourself and feed another. You have no business dating as a man. Zero. You have no entitlements in this dating marketplace. You have no opinions in this dating marketplace. You are undateable. You're an undateable person as a man, and mostly as a woman too. But, you know, women can get away with it. But if you're a man and you're broke, sit the fuck down about dating. You should not be dating at all. You shouldn't even be on a dating app. Nigga, you should be getting 2 jobs and hustling 3. If you are, meaning that if you're worried about splitting 50-50 on a tab, you shouldn't be dating at all. You shouldn't be have an opinion about dates. You shouldn't even be thinking about going on a date. You shouldn't be thinking of finding a woman willing to date you. Now, people are like, oh, man, coach, you switching up. I've been saying that from the very beginning. That's the reason for the free agent lifestyle. I had no reason to be out here dating with my life in the position it was in. The one thing I cut out was dating. That changed everything. I was like, okay, I need to cut this out if I want to take my life from here to there. If I cut that one thing out, will my life change? That's literally the basis of my philosophy. It ain't about men need to pay or women need to pay, but if you are a broke ass nigga and you ain't got no money, no matter what race you are, you don't need to be dating. Sit down. You don't need to try to get a woman out on a date. You don't need it. You don't need to get no pussy, nothing. Stop trying to meet women for coffee and walks in the park. Go sit down because you're wasting your time. You're wasting your time. You could be leveling up, but now you're trying to get women to go on a walk date with you. You're wasting your time out here. Get your money up, not your funny up. You can't expect women to be out here just wanting to be around a loser. But your short ass plan of just being a loser all your life. So I'm not saying you have to pay. I'm not saying you have to pay for dates. You can still do 50-50 and walk in the parks and have your money up and not your funny up. But you're wasting your time out here trying to convince women to do so, especially attractive women. You're wasting your time. Go do something else. Get your life fucking on plan, on track. Instead of out here distracting these goddamn women, and you're just messing it up for yourself and building up mad frustration. That's all you're doing. And you're frustrating yourself, and then you jump on the internet with a video. These women just want money, and the bill was like $75 and you wanted to split it 50-50. You don't have no business dating. As a man, you have no business dating. It's not what you're supposed to be doing. You're supposed to figure out why $75 is a problem for you. Why is $75 a problem for me? Why is $75 a problem with me? That's a bigger fucking question in your life. Not why a woman wants to split a $75 bill. Anyway. Main event. Yeah, let's do it. I got to get to it quickly, though. Where's the main event buzzer? Now, if you want struggle broads, go for the struggle broads, but that's going to be a bigger problem. Struggle broads will fuck your life up. All right, so don't think that a struggle broad is your answer. Why an NBA wife tried to extort her husband. Okay. This is former New York Knickerbocker. I believe he played at the University of North Carolina. His name is Raymond Felton. And he settles his divorce battle right here with this woman who looks like her name is Ariane Raymundo Felton. All right. A Latina, a big booty Latina. So there's Raymond Felton right there. He played for the New York Knickerbockers and a whole bunch of other NBA teams. All right. Now, when you see him, and I show you this dude gained a lot of weight. All right. He gained a lot of weight, but this is Raymond Felton right here. We're going to talk about him. He played for the Knicks, OKC, the Dallas Man. He looks like a journeyman here. I remember him in college. Him in college, but there he is right there. You might remember him. Yes, he played for the University of North Carolina. I believe he won a championship for the North Carolina Tar Heels in one of his seasons with Sean May. Maybe I think that was the year he made play with Sean May and those guys. All right, but we're gonna hear a story about Raymond Felton. There he is, right there. And okay,
Oh, the humanity.
yeah, he's definitely been eating good here. Shout out to Raymond. All right, we got to give it to you right there, Raymond. We got to give you the business. All right, so Raymond Felton here is gonna say how his ex-wife tried to set him up for an extortion attempt and ruin his life and his NBA career. Okay? His NBA career, all because she signed a prenup. All right, so here we go. Stress eating for sure.
Try to extort me. My ex-wife and her lawyer, they was trying to lock me up at halftime, but they wouldn't let them. The guys in there was like, no, Raymond is a good dude. We're not going to embarrass him like that. We'll make sure he turn himself in after the game. In my car, they called me and they said, look, there's a warrant for your arrest dealing with a gun situation. So once they said that, I knew exactly what it was, but I didn't know what she said. She told them people that I was going to kill myself. She was scared that I was going to kill myself and I was going to kill her. I'm like, kill myself? Like, ain't nobody worth that. My lawyer, he was like, did you ever pull the gun out of her? I said, never in my life. So I never touched her. So I never put my hands on her. Better yet, take a pistol and put it in her face. They told me they got to give me at least 6 months. Next morning, when my lawyer called me and said, look, we got a deal. You ain't got to do no time. You got to give up all your guns, though. You got to pay this fine. But you're not going to go to jail and you're going to be able to play basketball still. And I was like, oh, my God. Like, I don't even know what I felt in that moment, man. I just got on my knees, man, told God, thank you. One of those things where it was just a lot of lies told. She turned the gun in and they never found it on me.
You know, all this time I'm thinking you riding with this motherfucker.
No, I kept it in the crib, bro, because I knew what the rules were. She the only person who knew. She went with a move, tried to set me up because we had a prenup and she couldn't get no money because we weren't married long enough. So she was trying to find a way to get $1 million out of me. The divorce lawyer told me, she said, look, give her $240,000, go and finish paying off her law school and walk away from this because you got a bigger monster to deal with. That was the gun charge. They tried to extort me. My ex-wife and her lawyer, they was trying to lock me up at halftime, but they wouldn't let them. They got.
Okay, so you heard this story. This is sad, man. This is sad. And of course, you know, this is the wife right here. Allegedly, this is the wife here. And this was probably a loving marriage. I have no idea. This is going back a little bit, 2014, so 10 years ago. And it says right here, former New York Knicks guard Felton and his wife has settled their nasty divorce battle on Thursday. Lawyers for Felton, who now plays for the Dallas Mavericks, and Ariane Raymundo, age 26. 26. And it says right there, each had several private discussions with the judge in Manhattan court on the morning before the judge spoke with them jointly. Felton wasn't in court, but Raymundo was there wearing a chic tan jacket and black heels. She's dressed up for this occasion. And when you go to divorce court, your wife and ex-wife will be dressed the fuck up. This is the most important thing going on in her life because there's financial incentives coming on. So she's dressed to impress. Basically, I remember one of my lawyers said, you are your wife's job. All right, you're your ex-wife's job. Meaning she looks at you as a source of money. So she works as hard as you getting money from you as she works at her job. Yeah. So she going to be showing up like it's her fucking job. And she going to be dressed to impress, hair done. She going to have the whole Zoe package.
Hair, makeup, esthetician, facials, vagina waxing, everything. That is all independent.
All right. And she going to be looking to take your ass down. That's what she's looking to do. And it says right here, she's a Fordham law student, declined to comment on the settlement, but says that upon graduation, she hopes to practice law and trust in the states. She's looking forward to it. Her lawyer confirmed the settlement outside court, but declined to comment. Lawyers for Felton said they were not coming back to court, but declined to comment. Details on the settlement were unavailable. They struck a no jail plea deal for the gun charge right there. Okay. And she graduated from Cornell University. So this is a highly educated woman, obviously, a career woman. And one thing we tell you statistically, where women are black, but career women won't do it. Career women file for more divorces than non-career women. Educated women with advanced degrees file for more divorces. 90% divorce rate. 90% divorce filing. 90% of college-educated women, high college-educated women, file for divorce before their man does. Now, their marriages last longer typically. So, but that doesn't mean they're enjoying the marriage longer. They're just dragging on the inevitable longer, right? They got a house to pay for, so they got to figure that shit out. Divorce takes longer. It's not as clear cut as an uneducated woman. But when you take women with advanced degrees, 90% of all those filings are women. All right, so she has an education. She's not just some strag, all right? You would think she was just some Latino strag, all right? But no, she's highly educated. She's got a law student, and she graduated from, she's in Fordham Law School right here and graduated from Cornell, all right? Yeah. New world order. Those aren't easy schools, all right? And he was busted in February after Raymondo turned him into the police and gave them a Belgrade-made F&H 5.6 28mm handgun. She said he waved at her twice during heated fights on the Upper West Side. So you living good, you making money, you got an educated woman, and still, boom. All right, still the threat. Hey, this is a dangerous Negro. It was a ninja. She knew to use that against him. She knew to use that against him. There it is. Felton was cheating with multiple women. So this does give him the reason to what she says, the reason why they do this, because they have egg on their face. Raymondo also told cop that Felton was a serial cheater and had carried on affairs with more than one mistress. Law enforcement source told the Post they wed in 2012, but she divorced him in February. They didn't even make 3 years. They barely made 3 years. They barely made 2 years of marriage. And then she does this because he says they weren't married long enough, so she wasn't going to get that prenup. She was going to get nothing. And so they settled on, it sounds like $200 and something thousand, and they tried to extort him more. And not only that, the critical thing is that they tried to embarrass him. This is where the humiliation comes in. Because it's not enough to divorce your husband. Normally, there's a court of public opinion and a humiliation. I was humiliated with my job. A private investigator came into my gym that I worked in and hired a personal trainer to investigate me. Not only did he hire her divorce, this is my ex-wife's divorce attorney, hiring another personal trainer in my gym. Not only did he hire a personal trainer, his wife, he got his wife to hire a personal trainer. So the wife was watching me and investigating me the entire time. And then he hired the personal trainer and came in during our divorce, my ex-wife attorney. So and then that caused me to fall out with the gym that I was working in. So I fell out with all those guys because those guys knew about it and didn't tell me. They knew about it and didn't tell me. So I said, oh, y'all picking sides. So this is the part of the humiliation that goes on in these divorces that people talk about, and you don't realize how much of the game this is. How much is at stake? Where these women turn very evil and do things, and all because, look, he was fucking another woman, so big deal. All right, you ain't got no prime punani anyway. You just another pussy. All right, there's 4 billion pussies out there. All right, come on. Relax. So now what they're going to do, we're going to get him arrested during halftime, all by her doing. This is her setting this up. Like, think of how evil do you have to be, man? And yes, they hire people to kill you. They hire hitmen. They do everything. Humiliation, put your business out there. Right here. He cheated. And rapper Fabulous outed gun-toting Felton as a cheater in the song. Okay, we see what's going on here. And of course, he says right here, he pointed a gun at me. So arrest him during halftime. Like, why? Because really, all's fair in love and war. Really, at the end of the day, once it goes bad, they'll try to humiliate you. They'll try to go to your job. They'll embarrass you. They'll have it all in the media. They'll have you handcuffed, doing a perp walk, and they will be happy with it. They want to see you kind of fucked up. Divorce is one thing. People don't realize how ugly divorce gets. It gets bad. There's things that are done that are unforgivable. It's never just a paper filing and you're sitting in there and she's just trying to get her cut. You know, the humiliation is the forensic accounting. The humiliation is you got to come up with all these receipts. The humiliation is they want text messages and emails. And don't think, and this is the woman that so-called loved you. So-called. Doing you like this. And look how she's showing up to court. Look how they doing it. Look how she's showing up. Look how he's showing up. Look at how somber he is. Not only that, he faced jail time. Let me go ahead and show you how much jail time he faced. I think he said it. He avoids jail time with the plea here. And this is in 2014. He struck a no jail plea deal. Under the agreement announced, he is going to be able to continue his career without interruption. Right there, man. Felton will have to cop to felony attempted gun possession, complete 500 hours of community service, and pay a $5,000 fine as a part of the deal. She excused the baller from appearing on the next scheduled court date, which is a humiliation in itself. Expected to enter a guilty plea for at least the felony count on his behalf. So he got a felony. Right here. And he lost possession of his firearms, which is another humiliation. Right? The women know that. You file a temporary restraining order. She says you have firearms. They take your firearms. You can't own a firearm. Sometimes you can't even buy another firearm. Right? You have to admit that you had a temporary restraining order, that you have domestic violence on your record. Now you have a felony. Now you can't own guns. These are all things that they do to humiliate you. This is not by accident. Not by accident. All because you fucked another woman. Yeah, felony. He was busted right here. Let me see what he was going to face here. This is also her right here appearing at court. Look how they appear at court. Look how they come to court. Look how they come to court. Dressed to the fucking nines. Ready for your execution. Dressed like the goddamn, The Grim Reaper. Right? Dressed to the nines. Like this is the best day of their life. They coming over to fuck your life up. And it says the gorgeous 24-year-old law student also told cops Felton was a serial cheater, carrying on more than one affair during their 19-month marriage. 19 months. Yeah. It's very clear that there's no proof, and there's never any proof that he ever used, threatened, or pointed a gun at anyone. He never did. It's a bold-faced lie, says the thing right here. He bonded out on $25,000. He bought the gun legally in North Carolina, but never got a permit in New York. And she filed for the divorce. He was living in, okay, right here. Where is what he could have got here? Here it is. Felton was originally charged with a top count of felony gun possession, carrying a max prison term of 7 years. 7 years for this fucking claim. Now, that's the max. He was facing 7 years in prison. New York don't play about their gun laws. So ask Plaxico Burress. All right, you can shoot yourself and go to prison in New York. But guys, she trying to humiliate the shit. Send him in prison. Get arrested at halftime. Send him to prison. Lose his gun license. Get his career fucked over in the NBA. And she's showing up to court happier than a motherfucker. Right here. She's showing up to court like this, ready for your humiliation and death. When I say you sleeping with the enemy, you sleeping with the enemy, man. You sleeping with the enemy. There's no call for this type of shit. None at all. All right. All because she got in her feelings. You about to do 7 years. And a divorce. And she about to run off with your money and be all up in your apartment that you bought. Yo, man. Oh, wait. Let me get to these super chats and close up shop. Appreciate y'all for the support. I got some stuff to handle over here, but it's been a great show. I only wanted to do 2 hours and we're a little bit over. That's why I always say, man, marriage, whatever happens in the marriage is one thing. It's what happens in the courts that is a whole nother bullshit thing there. And then they will do this to you. And then afterwards, they'll be like, can we still be friends? Can you still? They'll ask you for a favor as if they wasn't trying to execute you. You're like, bitch, I don't even know who you are. All right, don't ever talk to me again. NGN says, Manosphere CGA needs to be the bigger man and help out hopeful losers. CGA money talks, bullshit walks. 10 million will be a good starting number for him to consider it. Free agent creed loyalty is sometimes bought by the hour, not for a lifetime. Yes, the rhythm, the rebel. You're right about that. Teron McAdams talking about the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, your own people talking you out of your own level of success. Okay. He's married again. Yes, he got married again. I saw that when I was doing my research. I was like, oh boy. In GN, you should make your response to the manosphere coming together as a video, just like you did the video on the CGA channel about the issues of the manosphere. And he says the content thieves will get mad because they know they screwed you over. Yeah, they did. And I would have got up there on that platform and I would have said it. All right, but, you know, I'd have been like, y'all people are a joke talking about coming together. And you got some nerve inviting me to that shit. All right. And you got some nerve to think I was just going to come up there and play nice. But these fucking guys that fucked me over, about 4 or 5 of them guys on that platform, I have zero respect for. I know you do, but shout out to you. But some of these guys in this space, some of these guys that you like, I don't give a fuck about none of them. All right. They could kiss my whole entire ass. And that's how petty I am with these manosphere guys. About 3 or 4 of them for sure, if not 5. And I just clicked on it. Never fucking again. Well, I'll never do content with any of these guys. I'll never come together. Fuck the manosphere. Fuck the manosphere. Seriously. If those guys are the manosphere, fuck all of them. And that's a fact. I don't give a fuck about none of them guys. They fucked me over for years. They talk cash shit about me, and they're snakes, and they're fucking losers, in my opinion. All right. Now, you can figure out who I'm talking about, but ain't no beef. Fuck all of them. All right. For real. I don't give a fuck about none of them. All right. Most of them, for sure, I give no fucks about. All right. And fuck the manosphere that they want to bring together. Fuck all them guys. All right. They pieces of shit, in my opinion. All right. There's some guys I respect over there, but fuck them niggas. All right. I ain't doing nothing with them. Zero. All right. I do nothing with them guys, ever. Them guys cost me millions of dollars. I'm going to just tell you that. That's how I feel about it. With their petty bullshit. So fuck the Red Pill Avengers. Fuck the manosphere as far as I'm concerned. And fuck their come together moment with their bullshit. Nope. I don't want to have it. I don't want to be on none of their shows. I don't want to do no collabs or debates with none of them motherfuckers. They could kiss all my whole entire ass. All right, so that's how I think about them. With that being said, I'm out of there. We out of here. Peace.
Better boss up, nigga.